What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? And I'm back again, you guys. I want to thank you all tuning in to the first half with me with Chubb Brock. Thank you all for tuning in for that interview. But I can honestly say, guess what? I'm back again. Welcome to Miss Watley Presents Old School Tuesday Turnup. We're back right now, about to have on another hip hop legend. I'm talking about, here goes the song, Roxanne Roxanne. I want to be your man. I wish someone would say that to me, but no, because y'all know I can't rap, so no. But look, without further ado, please welcome the one, the only from UTFO, Mr. Kangol Kid. Yes, what's up, Kango?
What's up, Mama? How are you, Priscilla?
I'm good.
What's
I'm
up,
good
girl?
and blessed. Hey, what's up,
Good.
brother? You looking all
Glad to hear
cute
that.
and sexy out. Hold on, wait a minute. Let's see those eyes. Take off those shades. Let's see those eyes for a minute. Let the ladies look at you. Oh, shoot. Oh, woo. All right, now. Looking all cute and sexy. I like that. What's going on with you, brother?
Down, girl. Down, 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 girl. Okay. What's up, girl? How are you, man?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm just blessed and everything. I just want to say thank you for coming on and here. And I'm just so honored to have you here. It's like I knew if I had gotten this person and I seen you, actually, you did a show with another person I interviewed, Cece Peniston, and you did a concert with her. And I'm like, you know what? I got to go get Kango. Wait a minute. I can't, how am I going to have Chubb and I don't have Kango? I got to go get him. And thanks, shout out to Egypt Young for allowing me to interview you. So I just want to say thank you for coming here tonight and just sitting here and allow me to interview you. Thank you so
Uh,
much.
thank, thank you for having me. I'm honored to be here, especially after my brother Chubb Rock, bless the screen. I'm happy to be here to follow up. So it's all good.
Yes.
Talk to me,
Yes.
Mama.
How you
What's
been?
going on? Let's talk. Let's talk. That's what we're doing here,
Let's
right?
go ahead. You know what? I know
Let's
everybody
talk.
here, everybody said, because I talk, this is what I did. After I was doing Chubb Rock, this is how true I am to my fans. I called up people. I think I had one of them calling up 10 different people. Was like, thank you for tuning in the first half. Please come back the second half. Guess what they all said? Oh, we coming back for Kango. I'm like, oh, okay then. So let's go ahead and
Okay.
get it. Let's go
I
ahead and get
like
it
your I
started.
like your fans. I like your fans.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much.
What's up,
So
y'all?
listen.
Everyone who's tuning in, what's up, y'all? Thank you for joining us. Thank you for being part of this. So love y'all, man. I gotta say that. I say that all the time, but I gotta say it again. I love my fans. You guys made me, man. I thank y'all so much.
Right, right. And those Howard girls, definitely, those are the ones I was talking to. I was like,
Yeah,
man, y'all come back, can't go. Yeah, we're gonna come back, sing, can't go. Yeah, girl, we
yeah.
can't wait to see
Yo, I'm this close to being a Howard dude. I know there's all the Howard girls. I'm a big fan of Howard, yo, and he knows this.
him.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
When I first met him, I shared with him that
Hmm.
he taught me how to sing.
Hmm.
Because I would
Wow.
mimic him. Like when I play his cassettes, his
Hmm.
records, and so on. I would sit there and listen to every freaking note. And what he taught me to do was to go from my natural to my faults,
Hmm.
because he does that, all the time, of course. And he taught me how to sing, yo. I told him he's my vocal god, my vocal mentor. And so yeah, so to all the Howard girls, I'm probably the first Howard dude. Let's start the Howard dude click, and I'll be the cheerleader for that section.
Yes, yes. Oh, he was going live today, and he seen me. He's like, Priscilla, so who you? I seen you supposed to have on Chubb Rock Kango. Who we doing tonight? I'm like, I'm doing Chubb Rock and Kango there tonight, back to back. And he was like, oh, back to back. Oh, girl, watch out now. He was like, that's my boy. Boyd and Curly Griffey. She was live. She was like, I see you having on all my boys in there Kango Kid. I'm like, yeah, they gonna be
Oh,
here
oh, you,
tonight. I
you
got them
said
back to
Carolyn?
back.
That's my
Curly,
sister,
yes,
Carolyn. Carolyn, my sister,
yes.
man. I love her. She knows this. Love her. Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Let's
Let's
talk,
go ahead. Let's
girl.
get
Come
this
on, let's
started
get
on
this
a good
started.
relation. Let's go ahead.
Get
Well,
this
yeah,
party
so
started, right?
right, that's what I'm talking about. Hey, it's late nights Tuesday night. Let's go ahead and get these ladies because they sitting at home cold. Let's go ahead and heat them up a little bit. So let me ask you, how did your
Yes,
career
ma'am.
as a break dancer? How did your career as a break dancer parallel with your career as a rapper?
I was doing both at the same time. Um, Actually, that's not true. I started dancing first. Soul Train was my teachers. Everyone that danced on Soul Train taught a brother how to move and how to do his thing. And whenever my mom got too occupied at home, if she's doing chores or whatever she's running around doing, she would just plop me right in front of a television, and that would keep my attention. So she ain't got to worry about me grabbing a fork and sticking it in an outlet or doing any crazy thing a toddler or a child would do. I would just stay right in front of that television and remain captivated. So Soul Train taught me how to dance. Another interesting team that taught me how to really move and do what I do is a man and woman team called Shields and Yarnell. I don't know if anyone really remember that, but they were a miming team. And so, when I say miming, I'm talking about the ones that does this, that whole miming stuff. Um, and they would move like robots and had a lot of routines. For those who don't know, please Google Shields and Yarnell. And so watching them helped me incorporate my dancing, that I got from Soul Train, along with the miming from Shields and Yarnell. Um, and I did that for many years. And while I was doing that, I was writing songs.
Mm-hmm.
And so songs was, by the time I got into hip hop or rapping, it was so easy for me because the songs that I was writing, what made my songs work is coming up with a melody. But the fact that I didn't have to put a melody to my lyrics, I was like, oh, I could do this. I ain't got to sing this. I could just say the words that I've been writing. So getting into rap was pretty much easy for me because I was already a songwriter. So doing the both, I was doing the both. One didn't take precedence over the other. It was funny when a cat from Brooklyn comes to battle me, and they would say, "Yo, I hear you nice, son. I want to battle you." And I'd say, "Okay, in rapping or dancing?" Because I was nice at both, so I didn't know which one they wanted to come at me, at. So yeah, it was never one over the other. It was absolutely both. But I started off dancing because while I was watching Soul Train and all these shows back in the day, rap didn't exist. So Soul Train did, and so I was watching Soul Train and into dancing, before I got into the rap. So that's the best I got for you. Do them both at the same time, for real,
Yes, I love it.
and did it
I love it.
well.
I love
I did it
it.
well.
Yes,
Trust me.
yes,
This is before
yes,
social
yes.
media, so the word got
Hmm.
out through the neighborhood. Everyone knew that I was nice at both.
Yes, I love
And
it.
just
I
to share
love
a
it.
little something with you, let me share a little something with you real quick.
Hmm.
So, in terms of everyone in the neighborhood knowing, of course, before social media, the way I got my name to get more popular is I would go
Hmm.
to, whatever party that's taking place, any basement party, and, whatever crew is doing the party, I would ask them, can I get on the mic and, and kick a verse? And, a lot of them would be cool and say, all right, shorty, when we finish, whatever, we'll pass you the mic. But then you would have some of these crews that refuse to let any outsiders touch their mic. And so that would be my end to say, all right, well, if I can't get on the mic, then I want to battle you. And they have to give me the mic then. So I would do that at every party I go to get my name out. And after I finish rocking the mic, then I get on the dance floor and I'm doing my breakdance move. And the word just spreads after that. Yo, this kid, Kangol, I think his name was, he was nice. And the word just spread and I got more and more popular in my neighborhood just by that tactic.
Okay, okay. That's what I'm talking about. So, what were your muses or your heroes who inspired you to pick up the mic?
Wow. Okay. Well, again, we were the first. So it's not like there were a bunch of rap groups on the radio before we came out. You know what I mean? The only group before we came out, well, let me see. The groups before us, Fearless Four, Cold Crush, Treacherous Three, Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five, Houdini, of course. Um, I would say that was about it in terms of groups. But, again, there wasn't, you can count how many groups was out when we came out. And when I started writing, there was no real rap influence. My older brother
Hmm.
had was probably the first in our neighborhood to have two turntables and a mixer, and he had his group called the Beeline Crew, and he was 5 years older than me. So all of his boys that are, around his age would be in the basement, and I would join in. And so I would join in and say, yo, can I get in with you guys and so on. And when I get on the mic, I start doing my thing, and all his friends would look at him and go, wow, your little brother better than you. And that pissed him the hell off. And he said, when my friends come over, you stay out. Do not come in this basement again. And so the fact that he basically kicked me out of his group, which I wasn't really in anyway, I decided to start my own group. And I started putting my little crew together and cats that, I felt wanted to do this. And so that was my influence. So in terms of the rap groups that were out, he had records from King Tim III, from a group called Fatback Band. What was the other song? Lady B was out, Spoonie G. Uh, and there's probably one or two more artists that weren't played on the radio. Hip hop was not something that played on the radio at the time. So things like, rap groups like that, or rap artists like that, got me a little interest. Oh, Sequence was another. They were the first female rap group. So groups like that
Yes.
got me a little interested into writing and being into, getting into hip hop. But it wasn't until my brother kicked me out of his clique that I said, all right, you know what? I'm going to do this to show him that I can
Mm-hmm.
remain better than him. And, the best way to get me to do something is to tell me I can't. So the minute they barred me, I went on a rampage, writing like crazy. Nice. Turn that pen into a weapon.
Yes. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. So, I mean, we gotta know what motivated and encouraged you to make your hits, especially Roxanne Roxanne, leader of the pack, and Yo, Cole wanna be with me. Let's start with
Okay,
Roxanne Roxanne because I seen the movie Roxanne Roxanne on Netflix. We heard her story, but let's
right.
hear how you like what encouraged you and how it came about from you
Well,
guys.
well, her story is exactly that. That movie is her story. It,
Mm-hmm.
it wasn't a hip hop story. It didn't break down, what took place with us, the battle. It didn't address, Kane or Bismarcky or anything. It didn't address that. That was absolutely her story. Um, in terms of the song itself, what encouraged us to write that song, um, that was a fluke. And I'm just going to keep it real. It wasn't something that we sat there and put this master plan together of how we were going to do this thing that we did. We recorded a song called Hanging Out. We
Mm-hmm.
spent 3 weeks putting Hanging Out together. We gave it to the record company. They loved it. And they said, can you give us something for the B side? And we were tapped out of ideas. We were like, come on, man. Like, can you just put the song out? The song is nice, the way it is. And he said, nah, I need something for the B side. So we had no idea what we were going to do. And B-Fine of Full Force, the drummer for Full Force, and you cats might remember him from House Party. He was one of the bullies that was beating up Kid and Play.
Yeah.
So,
Yep.
so B-Fine, yeah. So B-Fine said, "Why don't we write a song about a girl named Roxanne? Just that
Mm-hmm.
simple." And we said, "Okay, what about this girl?" And he says, Kang, I want you to write about how you're trying to get with her, and she's not interested, and she doesn't give you the time of day." And I said, all right, fine. And then he says, all right, E, which is E right there. He says to E, I want you to do the same. All right. And at the end of the song, you don't get her. E says, fine. He says, Doc, I want you to do the same, but at the end of the song, you get her. And I was like, oh, hold on. Why he got to get her? And so B Fine goes, all right, fine. Nobody gets her. And so we went home, wrote our raps, and did Roxanne Roxanne in 3 days. Mind you, I told you we spent 3 weeks on the other song. We did Roxanne
Mm-hmm.
Roxanne in 3 days and gave it to the record company. Like, all right, man, here, shut up and just put the damn song out already, please. Because we knew Hanging Out was going to be the hit. We were so wrong because every DJ, our manager, took it to Marley Marl, not Marley Marl, Marley Marl, uh, um, Mr. Magic, Red Alert, Chuck Chill Out. All of them said, nah, forget that Hanging Out thing. Roxanne, that's the hit. And they were so right. It became this. It went from being a hit to becoming a phenomenon. You know what I mean? So that wasn't something we planned. So I can't take credit for putting together this incredible project. It was a fluke. It was just to shut the record company up and give them something so that they can put out the song that we thought was going to be the hit.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, we were super, super wrong.
Well, let me ask you though, because I remember when I first heard it, I was like a kid or something. But even back then, did you think it would be as big as it is today,
Hell
though,
no.
for new
Hell,
generations?
hell no. Hell no. Hell no. No, 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 no. I did not. And that's why I'm calling it a fluke. I had no
Mm-hmm.
idea that this song was going to become this hit. Um, it would hit me like as I'm wherever I am in Brooklyn, out in the street somewhere, and a car would drive past playing the song. I'm like, wow. Or I get in the elevator and it's playing in the elevator.
Mm-hmm.
Or wherever it was just crazy. I couldn't believe that the song became what it became. And
Mm-hmm.
it still amazes me that it's this history making, one of rap's biggest songs ever. That's unreal to me. Still unreal to me. You know.
Mm-hmm. They even say, I think I heard other singers or artists say, the song that they don't like or don't even think about be the song that's part of music
That's so
history
true.
for new generation. Like I said, because me being, I'm just about to tell my age, but I'm in my 30s, and every time I hear that song, I even got it on my iTunes Music along with your version and Roxanne Shantae's version, and it's just like, man, geez, back then compared to now, it's like crazy. Like this song is off the chain. It's like both versions, both of you guys. I love them both.
Yeah, no, again, we had no idea it was going to do that. Now, you also asked me about like the other songs that I've done. Now,
Mm-hmm.
those songs are songs that I put time into, and and so on. Like Leader of the Pack was part of a routine that we used to do to introduce our DJ. Um,
Mm-hmm.
you want to be with me was Doc's idea. It was his idea to do that song, but my
Mm-hmm.
verse just took the song to another level because I added that melodic structure. I added my R&B vocalist skills to that verse.
Yes.
I've been staring at you a while, and every time you see me staring, you crack a smile. You go wanna be with me, it's true. If you didn't, I wouldn't be next to you. But I added that into this track, and it took the song to a whole nother level. That verse right there. And so, and what's funny about that is, again, that was Doc's idea, and I did my thing on that verse. But then it was my idea to do a song called Split Personality, and
Mm-hmm.
Doc killed that verse. He says, I got 5 people inside of me, and his whole verse just killed that song. So those other songs, yeah, we
Yes.
put energy into it. We put time, in writing what we were writing. But Roxanne wasn't that song. There was no energy, no time, just,
Mm-hmm.
just flowing as we flow and following directions, doing what B Fine said to do. Talk about a girl that you can't get. And what's funny about that? That was keeping it real at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Other cats were rapping about how many girls they got, how many cars they got, how much money they got. And we kept it real and said no matter how hard we tried, we couldn't get this one girl. Guys related to that because I'm sure they shoot their gift daily and don't get, the reception that they desire. And women related because women are the ones who get hollered at these dudes every day. And they're probably tired of random dudes hollering at them. So women related to the song for their reasons, and guys related to it for their reasons. So that was just that was the epitome of keeping it real. Everyone knew how real that was.
Yes, I love it. Oh my God, yeah. Oh my God, it's just like I said. I mean, every now when you hear it on, even they play it. I think on the Groove Station. I listen to the Groove Station, Sirius XM with the Groove Station. Even when I'm playing it
Right.
on my iTunes, it's just like going. It's like it feel like I'm back in that era, but I'm really not. Though it's just that feeling of both of them. It's just like wow.
Yes,
It's
ma'am.
just like wow. It's like wow, that's real. That's very real. So your music, even I know, has been on soundtracks for movies and television shows like Crush Groove, one of my favorite all-time movies. Everybody
Yeah,
is in that movie. And Black Lightning, a new TV show. What does it mean having this all that kind of accomplishment, having your music and soundtracks in it for TV and movies?
it's surreal. It really
Mm-hmm.
is. It's not a. Again, none of these things were planned. If I was
Mm-hmm.
that young kid saying one day I'm gonna become a legend and I'm gonna have songs on soundtracks and those things happened as I planned, then I would be sharing it with you like, oh, this is what I worked for and this was the goal and I'm happy to see that I accomplished my goal. None of these were goals. None of these were set, were thoughts of becoming this dude. We cared about at the time was becoming more popular and making people enjoy what we do as much as possible.
Mm-hmm.
That was it. It wasn't
Mm-hmm.
even about the money for us. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
We got on stage, and payment for us was watching the crowd enjoy our attendance, our performance, our presence. That meant more to us than the money that we were receiving for doing this. So the fact that, here I am as this dude who's accomplished all of these things, I'm honored and I'm shocked. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? I'm like, wow, that happened? All that stuff that I was doing, I'm recognized for this. I'm the pioneer here. I'm the legend for this. I'm, the goat for that. And that's all surreal to me. I accept it
Mm-hmm.
and I wear it as
Mm-hmm.
best as possible. But I don't know if it's being called humble or whatever. I don't know if it's humble or ignorant. I'm not sure what the title is, but I'm so appreciative. But I'm not going to sit here and lie to everyone and tell everyone this was part of a master plan for me. It just all happened. This culture started to blow up, and we just added to it, and
Mm-hmm.
uh, and it became this incredible thing that it is. I can't take credit. If I got to really take credit, if I had to point, I guess, in the direction of where credit should be given, that dude up there, yo. You know what I mean?
Yes.
He planned it. He knew it was going to go down the
Mm-hmm.
way it went down. But
Mm-hmm.
I can't take credit. I really can't. I'm shocked. Yeah, totally
Yes.
shocked.
Yes, there's always that saying, I always say, God don't make no mistakes. It's like he'll put you in places or bring people in your life. And by the time you look up, you're like, you may not be where you want to be, but he'll put you where he wants you to be. So it's like,
Yeah. So
wow, like you.
right. So I can't take credit for where I went. You know what I mean? Clearly, he put
Mm-hmm.
me where he wanted to put me, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
here. You know, his
Yes.
his request to me was, I need you to do this thing first, so that Jay-Z
Mm-hmm.
can become a billionaire. He didn't say I want
Mm-hmm.
you to be a billionaire. He said I want you to do it first, so that Jay-Z can be
Mm-hmm.
a billionaire. That's the place that he put me, and I accept. It's a crazy. It's an honor. It's a crazy honor.
Yes. And it's nice to see, even for me, to see these like from the Jay-Z's to the Nellies or the Eminems or 50 Cent, and they still give you recognition, again, still giving you that love and everything because you said you laid down that groundwork for them. Like they can say, yeah, I grew up listening to you at TFO and everything. So you laid it down for them. So, yeah, I get it.
Even that was shocking for me when I would meet various celebrities and they would lose
Mm-hmm.
their mind meeting me. I couldn't understand it. I met Tito Jackson, and a friend of mine's from Epic Records was introducing me to Tito. And before the dude could finish introducing me, Tito goes, "Come on, man, I know who you are, man." So I'm like, wow, a Jackson know me. I went
Mm-hmm.
through that with Stevie Wonder, where I met Stevie, and he too, before I could finish formally introducing myself, like, "Come on, man, I know who you are, can't go." I'm like, what? So it's just a crazy thing to have these artists, these people that I looked up to, all these people that came after me that I didn't even think that I influenced the way I did, pay homage and address me. So, and funny enough, just a few weeks ago, I was in LA, and a friend of mine's, Russell Peters, celebrity comedian, I'm in his backyard, and he comes to me with a phone in his hand and he's FaceTiming somebody. And he tells the person that he's FaceTiming, he said, yo, you know Kangol from UTFO? And the person on the phone says, where you going with this, Russ? And he said, no, you know Kangol? I said, oh my God, look, he's right here in my backyard. And he gives me his phone, and it's Jamie Foxx. And Jamie Foxx is like, oh my God, yo, he's losing his mind, and I'm losing my mind, and I'm on the phone with Jamie. And it's just so crazy that that energy exists where I've influenced so many people, and they
Mhm.
acknowledge it, and they pay homage. They, give you your roses, let you smell the
Mhm.
roses, when you pass, and it's a crazy, crazy feeling when that happens, you know. So
Yes.
yeah, man, I'm still at awe by all of it. So please bear with me. I'm not on some, oh yeah, I'm that dude, and what? I'm not. You know what I mean? I understand I'm him, but wow, I can't believe I'm him. Like one of the things that really woke me up, that really
Mhm.
shocked me into this place where I'm still at awe, is my hat is currently in the Smithsonian Museum.
Mm.
How crazy is that? Like that
That
is
is.
the epitome of immortalization. Like I have a
Mhm.
5-year-old little girl where in the future she's going to take her grandkids to that museum and show them their great great granddaddy's hat. Like that's the epitome of living forever, immortalization, and who knew, or who would have even thought that me rapping in the mid '80s would have led to me becoming immortalized in a museum. And funny enough,
Mhm.
that museum, President Obama did the ribbon cutting for that museum, and
Yes.
what an honor it was. You know what I mean? So it's crazy. I'm at awe. You're not going to hear this braggadocious dude talking about, yeah, I'm that dude, and nah, man, I can't believe I'm him, and I appreciate all the love that I've received from everyone.
Yeah, I seen it when they cut the ribbon and opened it up. They did a special on the African American Museum, and I was sitting there
Right.
watching it. And now, right, and I didn't know until you just said now your hat is in there. But I know other African Americans, other entertainers are all in there. I still love to go, and I mean I know, but to hear that you're also your hat is in there, man, that is amazing, phenomenal.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So yes, I'm
That's
amazed.
a
I'm
blessing.
all cool about it. I'm all like, wow, woosah. You know what I mean? But how crazy! What a crazy ride it's been for me, yo.
Mhm.
And the ride still continues today. You know,
Mhm.
1985 heartthrob. Me and Ralph Tresvant on the New Edition tour. Girls screaming. You know, women fainting. And that sounds cool when you say a woman fainted for you. It sounds cool. That is the
Mhm.
scariest joint ever, ever. I had a chick faint in front of me because I went into an area at a show that I shouldn't have been
Mhm.
at, where I found myself by the concession stand, and
Mhm.
the door that I walked out of, because I was just being nosy, the door that I walked out of, when I stepped out and I saw I was by a concession stand, I tried to get back
Uh-huh.
in, and the door locked behind me. And I'm like, oh damn, I'm stuck. No security, no nothing. I was just being nosy, walking around the arena. And so a chick walks up to me. She couldn't believe it. She was like, oh, is that really him? Walked closer to
Mhm.
me and was looking. And when she realized it was me, she hit the ground like a brick, fainted. And so immediately I get down next to her and I'm trying to get her to wake up. And security comes running towards me, screaming at me, get away from her, get away. And I was like, look, she just passed out. I'm just trying to make sure she's all right. He said, if she wakes up and sees you again, she's going to pass out again. Who thinks of that? You know what I
Right.
mean? So that was not a fun, exciting, pat myself on the back moment. I was scared as hell. So security then drags me out of that area to bring me backstage. And I don't know whatever happened to that chick, and I feel bad. You know what I mean? Like my presence made her pass out. That's not cool. That's scary, man. You know what I
Uh-huh.
mean? So yeah, life of a
That's
heartthrob.
crazy story. Right, right. Oh my
I
God. So the faded story. That's hilarious. I bet some of the
yeah.
girls in here, people are making comments and laughing and like, he's so fun. Like let's just hope they don't
Oh
pass out during the
wow, thank
interviews.
you, thank you. Wow, make
So
a brother
like,
blush, why don't you? Okay. I thank
Right.
you, thank you, thank you.
What is the changes you have noticed with the hip hop artists that are out now compared to when you were out?
Um, well, first let me say that we had ours. We enjoyed
Mm-hmm.
ours. We rocked ours. Um, Today is theirs. You know,
Mm-hmm.
my parents didn't understand what I was doing when I was doing this hip hop thing. They were not a fan. My mom was a fan of me, becoming an entertainer, but she was hoping that I had something stronger to fall back on. So she wasn't a big, she wasn't, totally 100% behind it. My dad, totally against it. All right, he was not a fan of this thing at all. So he didn't understand what we were doing, and he wasn't supposed to. And so, in terms of today's music, for those of us who don't understand what these kids are doing today, we're not supposed to understand what they're doing today. It's not ours, it's theirs. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so now, in terms of the difference, um, I'm a fan of theirs. A lot of stuff they do, are good. My only disappointment is the spectrum that hip hop once had. It doesn't have today, and
Mm-hmm.
that's crazy. I'm looking at this photo right now, and damn it, I look the
I had to get
same.
some of the ladies to look at. I
Yeah,
had to
but I'm
get some of
saying
the
that,
ladies to
that
look
that was
at.
like 12 years ago, yo, and that's crazy. I'm like,
Really?
wow, that's crazy. Anyway,
I know I
uh,
was
um,
mesmerized by it too when I was looking at it. I'm like, oh, okay.
wow, wow, yeah, fountain of youth or something. I don't know what it is. That's not true. I keep telling everyone, uh, um, hair dye, push-ups and hair dye. That's my secret, and that's how I stay looking young. Push-ups and hair dye.
Because
So I was saying
this
with
one
today's
lady
music.
T
I'm sorry.
uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
There's one lady T
No, no, go ahead, go
Blazing
ahead, go ahead.
on here.
Right.
This one lady on T right now, she just said he's so fine. I'm like, okay, lady, don't fall, don't pass out. She already going
Wow. Yeah,
crazy.
please
Like,
don't. Yeah, I can't handle that. Don't do that, please. Stay woke. We're doing poop. Uh, so yeah, so with today's music, my disappointment is the spectrum that hip hop once had that it doesn't have today. And let me define
mm-hmm,
that spectrum. Um, we had all kinds of hip hop music. We had gangster rap was always one of the elements, one of the
mm-hmm,
shades in the spectrum. Um,
mm-hmm,
we had comedy in our hip hop. UTFO did some comedy. Um, Jazzy Jeff and Fresh Prince, the Fat Boys, Digital Underground with Humpty Hump. All of that was comedic
yes.
type stuff. Then we got into political hip hop, Public Enemy, Arrested Development, KRS-One, Social Conscious,
Mm-hmm,
talking about, what's happening in the news. Whatever was happening in the news, these cats made sure they turned it into a record. Um,
mm-hmm,
the other spectrum, cats were being experimental. You had
mm-hmm,
Nelly saying, all right, let me try rap and country. Run DMC said, let me try rap and rock. Um, Hammer said, let me try rap and gospel. It was experimental. Um, there were so many different phases, man. You had your heartthrobs, Big Daddy Kane, LL Cool J, so on. There was so many things in the spectrum that unfortunately doesn't exist today. The spectrum went from being this wide to now being this, and hip hop is in the center of that. There's not much room for it to do what it once did. Like almost every song sounds the same, or it's the same type of topic, and so on. It just got narrower. And so that's my disappointment. Where's all that crazy stuff we did in hip hop? I would love to see it widen again. So that's my only gripe, my only disappointment with hip hop. Make it as wide as it once was.
yes, because when I was, especially in the '90s, we had Tupac. We had Brenda's having a baby. You had Biggie took on
Right.
Juicy, a R&B song, and took it and made it told about a story. It was all a dream. I used to read a word. I can't rap, but
Word Up
anyway,
magazine. Yeah, no
Z
doubt.
like
It was
right,
it
right,
was so
and they told the
wide.
story.
It was
Right.
so wide. You know what I mean? And it's just
Mm-hmm.
not as wide as it once was. And that saddens me that, I have my little disappointment with hip hop on that. Like, where's the creativity, man? Bring me something different.
Mm-hmm.
I'm cool with all the stuff that's being played and it sounds like that or so on, but where's that totally left joint that's like,
Mm-hmm.
yo, you're making hip hop grow, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So that's it. That's my only disappointment with today's hip
And
hop.
let's not forget NWA. When they're talking about the police, and what was going on in their neighborhood, how the police
Right,
was treating black people. And then of course
right.
later on you had of course Eminem came out. He started just making fun of people, but then Eminem started being serious and everything like that. And then he was something totally different. So you had all that going on, and now you look at today's music. It's just like it's like trap. It's like mumble music. It's like, what is this? What happened to telling a story
And
of
again,
what's
I'm
going on in the
I'm not
community?
mad. I'm not mad at
Mm-hmm.
that. The only thing that I'm mad at the fact that it's only that. You know what I mean? So, like you said, Brenda had a baby, and so on. All these stories and things that made you think. No one is really trying to make you think anymore. All they're doing is just,
Mm-hmm.
the majority. There's a few. I'm not going to say that they don't exist. There's some cats that are very lyrical. J. Cole gets into his writing. So there's a few of them out there that gets into it and
Mm-hmm.
does, what they're supposed to do. And again, there's a few of them. I can't think of them right now, but they exist. But
Kendrick
that's not the
Lamar.
majority. Oh yes, no
Mm-hmm.
doubt, absolutely. You know what I mean? And it's just sad that that's not the majority anymore. And
Mm-hmm.
that's it. But I ain't got no beef with hip hop or what they're doing. Hip hop are, these are my children today. We planted this, we birthed this, and so as parents, every parent has a certain amount of children, and there's that child who does what he's told. There's that knucklehead. There's the one that you're wondering, ooh, is he going to amount to something, or I got to keep an eye on this one. He's a little slow. You got all these children, but you love them all the same. You know what I mean? You
Mm-hmm.
just treat each one of them differently according to their speed or lack thereof. But even that knucklehead, you love him. That's your kid. You know what I mean? So yes, there's a few knuckleheads in hip hop. I love y'all too, and I'm looking forward to y'all getting your act together. You know what I mean? But I love y'all. I love hip hop. You're all my children, yo.
Mm-hmm. So since we're talking about the males, what about the female? What do you think about female hip hop artists making sexual explicit music compared to what the males are doing?
I'm a fan of the female artists. I understand that this game, this hip hop game, is more of it's a man's world. It really is. The women that do stand out are women who put it down. Your Yo-Yo, Salt and Pepper, uh, um, Queen Latifah, MC Light.
Mm-hmm.
There's a bunch of individuals, a bunch of females who put it down and hold their position. And that goes for
Mm-hmm.
DJs as well. I don't know if you guys are familiar with DJ Coco Chanel, but what a beast on a turntable she is. You know what I mean? So it's absolutely much harder for a woman to get in the business and to sustain, to remain in the business.
Mm-hmm.
But in terms of their lyrics and it being explicit and so on, use what you got to get what you want. You know what I mean? So I'm not opposed to it. You know, um, if it's done tastefully, cool. And you know what? If you decided to go a little raunchy with it, but it entertained, because that's what we do. We're entertainers. So if you did it
Mm-hmm.
in a manner where everyone's entertained by your performance and your lyrics and so on, you did your job. So I don't discriminate on that at all. You can be sexy or you can be smart. As long as you capture my attention with whatever it is that you're doing, you got me. And mission accomplished.
Yes, yes. So, how do you feel about has the internet? How do you feel the internet has impacted the music business?
The internet has become both a curse and a blessing to
Mm-hmm.
the music industry. Um, at one point, record companies were robbing people. And let me define the robbery. Um, it only cost them a few cents to press a CD. A few
Mm-hmm.
cents. All right. After you press them in mass production the way you do, a few cents. to press this CD that they were selling for almost $20. So, fans were basically getting robbed because the amount of money the record company was making from selling a record or a CD was just crazy. And so the internet came out and allowed everyone to do it themselves. So the internet lets you become your own record company, your own distributor, um, your own video director, video distribution, by posting your stuff on YouTube. And it just made it easier for the artists, less money spent by the artists to do what they need to do. And all of that hurt the labels. They couldn't keep up with that. So again, it was a blessing and a curse to the industry. So the record companies got hit hard. Artists started to come off, and you know, it's crazy. But the internet really taught everyone or assisted everyone in becoming entrepreneurs, where you now do it yourself. And it turned this into what it's called. This is called a music business. And when we were doing this, all we focused on was the music. We didn't focus on the business. Well, the internet forced or encouraged everyone to focus on your business. So that became a blessing to to those who call themselves entrepreneurs, and a curse to the record companies who fell by the wayside. A lot of companies were gone the minute internet became as strong as it was. You wasn't hearing from those major companies that you once upon a time heard of. They all had to merge and change how they signed artists from that point on. So it became a curse to them, but a blessing to a lot, to people.
Yes, yes. So, how has the pandemic affected you musically?
Um, it started off affecting me real bad, and here's what I mean by that. There was a tour in discussion. An agency hollered at me and had me opening up for Roxanne Shante, Big Daddy Kane. Who else was on this? Houdini. Um, Melly Mel was on this tour. Sugar Hill Gang. It was going to be a Dougie Fresh, Slick Rick. It was going to be a big tour that was going to go around the city, starting in I think it was June something. It started, and it would went all the way to August. And the pandemic hit the tour and made us go, or made the agency go, we can't do this. We got to fall back. So that hurt my pocket immediately. I was so looking forward to this tour. Um, so it started off that way for me. The next thing that took place is my birthday is in August, and every year in August, August is like December for me. It's like Christmas for me. That is where I go to every city nationwide and have my birthday party in various cities. And unfortunately, with the pandemic, I couldn't do what I normally do during the month of August. And so my sons built a production studio in their garage, and we decided to throw a what do you call it, an online, Zoom, Facebook, internet party or whatever. And that party was done well, successfully. We had thousands of people tune in, and that started to give me and my boys, a direction in terms of, let's start doing more television things. And so that's how the pandemic worked in our favor. It turned us all into TV producers, basically. So
Mm-hmm.
so yeah, good and bad. It hurt me. It hurt me in terms of touring and performance, and the money that I would have made doing what I do. But it gave me a new avenue. Gave us all a new avenue, and now we're heavily into TV production
Yes, yes, yes. What has been your greatest achievement?
now. My children. That ain't got nothing to do with music. You know, my my sons. Um, I have three boys, three men. I keep calling them boys. These are grown men in their 30s. Um, And recently, 5 years ago, I had my little girl, uh, first and only princess. Um, and watching them grow, watching them, adapt or assimilate this music thing that I do. My three sons basically split me in three. I do a little bit of everything, right? Produce, compose, arrange, vocalists,
Mhm.
dancers, or I've done a little bit of everything. Um, and so I have that in my three sons. My oldest is a DJ, rapper, writer, composer. My middle son is a vocalist, songwriter, businessman. My youngest son is a dancer, vocalist, rapper, musician. He plays guitar. And so, watching the three of them do what they do is my
Mhm.
greatest accomplishment. And I'm that dad that if you suck, I tell you, you suck. I'm not going to sit there and go, oh, baby, nah, you'll get nice. No, you might want to leave that guitar alone, bro. You don't play well. Or that singing thing you do. Yeah, about that. I'm that dude. I'm keeping real with my boys. I'm not gassing them. And what's incredible about them is that they're good at what they do. And I'm keeping it real. Like if I was Michael Jordan and my son keep missing the basket, I'm like, son, you might want to
Mhm.
become a doctor. This basketball thing ain't you, and you're making me look bad. You know what I mean? And with my children, they are good at what they do. So I absolutely support them. I'm proud of them, and I look forward to their talents growing to a whole nother
Mhm.
level. So yeah, those are my greatest accomplishment. That's my greatest accomplishment. In terms of music, I guess, you know,
Mhm.
um, I've shocked myself a few times musically. I remember I was told by several people, including Houdini, I was getting ready to do a remake of a song called "Always and Forever" by an R&B group, classic R&B group called Heat Wave. And I don't know if you remember that
Yep.
song. You remember it?
Oh
Okay.
yes.
So
Yes.
yes, always and forever, each moment with you. So so here it is. I'm getting ready to do this remake
Oh.
with this group called Whistle, and everyone's telling me, "Nah, you don't want to do that, man. That's a classic, Kang. Don't mess that song up." And I was like, "Nah, I got an idea of how I want to do it," and so on. And everyone tried to talk me out of it. I ignored everyone, and I did the song, and the song charted on Billboard top 10 on the R&B charts, top 40 on the pop charts. Then I get a letter from Rod Temperton, who wrote the song and congratulated me on all of us on the work that we did. So that was a great accomplishment, for me. Another, my hat being in the museum, as I shared earlier, crazy accomplishment. Um, there's a few. There's a few things that I've done that I didn't think it would have become that thing. One with me being the first product endorsed artist in hip hop.
Mhm.
Before Run DMC had his deal with 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 Adidas, I had my deal with
Mhm.
Kangol Headwear, which is why it's in the museum because it's the first product endorsed deal ever with a major company and a hip hop artist. So yeah, there's a few accomplishments that I'm proud of, but my children top the list. Absolutely.
All right. What would you say after 35 years in the business? What has been the best advice you have been given?
Wow. I don't know. I can't say like because in terms of advice in the music industry, there was no real advice that we could have been given because we were making this thing up as we were going along. No one did it before us to give us advice on how to do this. You know what I mean? So it wasn't a situation where someone said, don't take that step. If you take that step, here's what's going to happen. That didn't exist because no one took that step before us to warn
Mhm.
us of that negative thing that could happen. So I can't share any advice that was given in terms of it being best advice because You know, it was a case of blind leading the blind. All of us were doing this for the first time. So I can't share any advice that I can think of right now. I'm actually, or we've become the individuals that can give advice because we made
Mm-hmm.
mistakes and we can tell others, don't do that. Here's what's going to happen if you do that. You know, but in terms of getting advice, ah, we unfortunately weren't blessed to have anyone before us to give us any advice. So sorry.
So, what is the next chapter for Kango Kid?
Funny you ask. All right, because I saw like some of the photos you were putting up, and
Yes.
one of the photos addressed the next chapter. So in terms of us doing things first, my group doing things for the first time, we're the first rap group to do an R&B ballad. We had a song called "Fairy Tale Lover" on our first album, which we shared with. I'm sorry, which we performed while we were on tour with New Edition, and pissed New Edition off because we all danced, we all performed, and singing was their thing. We wasn't supposed to be tapping into their, stepping on their toes and singing. And we started singing. So making us the first rap group to ever do an R&B ballad, charted on Billboard. We performed it on Soul Train, and here we are now. I'm changing the definition of Fairy Tale Lover. When I wrote the song, Fairy Tale Lover was about um, meshing love with fantasy. The fact that
Mm-hmm.
Little Red Riding Hood, Cow Jump Over the Moon, Jack and Jill, all those fairy tales was equivalent to love. Like you would think of love as something that that's unattainable, but once you get it, it's just fantasy and so on. Today's definition of fairy tale lover is that person you watched on television, that you admired, fell in love with, developed a crush for.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone
Mm-hmm.
has a fairy tale lover, someone that they dreamt of. And so, with that new title, we've developed a new show. The show is in the family of Bachelor, Bachelorette, Flavor of Love, where we have our fans um, that have a fairy tale lover and is looking forward to competing to win the moment with that fairy tale lover. So season one, I will be your fairy tale lover, and there will be a few young ladies competing for the opportunity to have that moment with the individual that they dreamed of, that they had their that fairy tale lover's photo all over their bedroom wall, that they said, "Oh my God, one day he gonna be my baby daddy." That young lady. Um, I am going to be that fairy tale lover and give them an opportunity to have that moment with me. Now, what they will, I know I got you cracking up. I'm sorry, but it's true. You know what I mean? I'm not making anything up. All right. So,
Girls don't be
so,
saying it. Girl, he gonna be my baby daddy, girl. I got his baby
no, I'm
daddy
saying
today.
yes. I've heard that. I've heard it said, behind my back, and I've had it said in my face. You know what I mean? So, oh, you gonna be my baby daddy? You know what I mean? So, it's happened. So this show will be an opportunity for them to have a moment with their fairy tale lover, and what they will win
Mm-hmm.
is a day in the life of that fairy tale lover. What I do, which is work, would be
Mm-hmm.
fantasy for them. When I walk a red carpet and celebrities and paparazzi's taking pictures of me while I'm wearing
Mm-hmm.
an outfit that was sponsored by a famous designer or a popular brand, um, while I'm rubbing elbows with my celebrity friends. That's work for me. For the winner of the competition, that becomes a fantasy for them. And so they will
Mm-hmm.
have that moment with their fairy tale lover. Now let me add that that is season one, where I will be the
Mm-hmm.
fairy tale lover. Season two and on, I become the host, and someone else becomes the fairy tale lover. So that individual could be Ralph Tresvant, I'll be sure, Christopher Williams. Um, there's a whole list of cast that it can be. And why stop it
Howard
just
Hewitt,
at the
yeah.
men? Howard Hewitt, absolutely. Why
Hewitt,
stop it at just the men? You know, we can then have Lisa, CeCe Peniston,
mm,
Cindy from In Vogue.
yeah,
You know, there's a whole
yeah.
list of individuals that I can holler at, and they'll be the fairy tale lover for the future seasons. But we started it off with your
Mm.
boy. I'm your guinea pig. Let's make this work so that we can get all these other cats in the future. And what
Mhm,
we're asking everyone to do is send in a video letting us know why you should be chosen as the individual to have the moment with your fairy tale lover. And
mhm,
send that video to on Instagram, to Fairy Tale Lover TV. That's simple. DM it to Fairy Tale Lover TV. Put the video up on your page and hashtag it Fairy Tale Lover TV. And our casting, department will go through it and pick out the young lady with the best story. So that chick who says baby daddy, she might get chosen. The one who says, yeah, the one who says
wearing
I
some lingerie. I'm wearing some lingerie. Hi, doing God.
whatever it is, I was front and center at every show nationwide, or whatever. That individual gets an opportunity to be on this. There are several ways of getting on. Just share your story. Be heartfelt. Tell us why you should be chosen, and that will happen. And here I am. Hold on, my little 3-year-old granddaughter just walked in here. Hold
Oh,
on. Say hi.
hi, hi,
Hi. That's my
hi,
granddaughter, Ava.
hi,
Say hi,
Eva.
Priscilla.
Hi.
All right.
Oh,
Go.
she's
She
so
walked in here, had
beautiful.
to say hello. Be careful, honey. Close the door. Close the door, baby. Thank you. Yeah.
Now,
Family
can you? I
man.
could just imagine. I know that she's so beautiful. I could just imagine. You know how I've seen this before. Girls go submit a tape. You know, you're gonna be always be that one girl gonna act a fool. Gonna be, hey, I look real good. What's up with you? Hi,
Yo,
act
bring
a
her.
fool.
Bring her. We want variety. We want variety. Bring her. You know what I mean? Just be real. Be yourself. Um, you know, this is an opportunity for me to say thank you to my fans.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I've not been fortunate in the world of relationship. So currently I'm single. And one thing I've
So
never
wait, say
had
that again.
happen, what I said, right, was I am
For all the ladies in the
currently
back who didn't hear you.
I am currently available. Um,
Okay.
but one thing that's never happened with me, I've never broken up with a fan. It's never happened. My fans have
Oh.
always been there, always shown me love, always lift my spirits when I'm down. One of the things I used to do when I'm depressed many years ago in the early days of internet is I would Google my name, and a photo of me would come up, and it would be me and a fan. And this is a fan who posted the photo on their site, if it was on MySpace or wherever it is they posted it, and the caption would say, "This day made my day." Taking a photo with him or meeting him, meeting Kangol, made my day, and I'm so honored, and just seeing that and reading that just made me feel good. Made me
Mm-hmm.
made me feel like I had purpose. Like, why are you feeling down, bro? People out there love you. So it was
Mm-hmm.
therapeutic for me to have my fans, to see these photos that my fans posted. And so for those days that you guys didn't know you helped me, you lifted my spirits, I look forward to the show to say thank you to my fans. Like, yo, you looked out for your boy without even knowing it. And I know I've influenced and aided or brought somebody else's spirits up at some point. And I want to say thank you for when you did it for me. So that's really what I'm looking forward to with this show. So that crazy chick you
Yes.
talking about, bring her, bring her. She made me happy, yo. You know what I mean? She made your boy feel loved. Bring her. Bring your crazy ass onto this show. Be silly. Be whatever. Let's just have, again, this show's for the fans, yo. There's no
Mm-hmm.
show, to my knowledge, out there like that, where the fans get to say thank you. And we want to. Don't get me wrong. We
Mm-hmm.
would love an opportunity. We understand that you guys made us, but we've just never had that platform to be able to say thank you. And so
Mm-hmm.
Fairy Tale Lover is creating that platform for you fans to get the love from us that you've given to us and deserve back in return. So let's make this happen, y'all. Follow
Yes.
Fairy Tale Lover TV. DM
Yes.
your
Yes.
video to Fairy Tale Lover TV. Help me make your dream come true. All right, it's one of those
All
help me
right
help you.
now.
All right.
Yes, I love that. All right, you Howard girls. I hope y'all heard all that. Wait a minute, we instead of Howard girls, we need to get you one for Kango's girls. We need to get you something like just like how Howard have his girl. You need Kango girls.
I accept. I accept. We gotta come up with a clever name. You know,
Yeah, we do.
Kangals.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Ooh,
Kangals. Yeah,
Kango.
I like
Yeah,
that.
Kangas.
Kangals. Kangals. I like that. So yeah,
Okay.
if y'all like it,
Yes.
if y'all like
Egypt,
that, run with it.
Egypt, you hear that? Yes, Egypt is if she
All
hears that
right.
Kangals girl. You wanted a name? We got you one. Kangals.
Kangals.
I like
Gal.
Kangals. Yes, I love
Kangals.
that. I love that. But before we go, wait a minute, I'm not done with you yet. I got this little
Okay.
game I play. It's called 10 questions, real quick, 60 seconds. You got to come quick with the answers. Tall boy,
Oh, I
real
don't like this
quick.
game. I
It's
don't
real
like
quick.
this. I don't
I
want
did
to
with
play.
Howard. He did it real quick.
I
It's
don't
real
want.
quick, simple questions.
I don't
Simple
wanna.
questions. Come on, you gotta do it. Come on, like we gonna find out a little bit more
Okay,
about you.
here we
This is
go.
real quick. Hold on, top boy, where you at? So he can do his. We just need 60 seconds. Is up here. Is all it's gonna take. Real quick before you know it's gonna be
Okay,
over.
okay, and embarrassment begins now. Go.
No. I don't know where top boy is because he has to count me down. So I can go ahead and start the first question. I don't know where he's
Okay,
at.
okay. Do your thing.
Keep talking.
I'll keep talking. Okay. So, listen, I want to thank you for coming on and everything. I appreciate it. Where can the fans find you
Thank
at
you.
before we start this game? Where can they
Yo,
find you at on a social
yo,
media
Kangol.
platform?
Yo, Kangol
Mm-hmm.
on Instagram. YOKANGOL. You know the song Yo, Kangol. I'm him. It's that simple. All right. YOKANGOL. On Instagram. That's
Okay.
the best way to reach me.
And
I'm
also,
sorry?
I want to give a shout out. I want to give a shout out to one person. I want to give a shout out to Egypt Young. Thank you for she's the producer of
Yes.
Fairy Tale.
She's a
We
producer.
were all in
Yes.
here. Yes, on Sunday she was
Producer
in
of
here.
Fairy
She didn't
Tale
want to
Lover.
yeah, she didn't want to show her face, but I wanted to give
She
a
she
special
she that
shout out to
behind the
her.
scene chick who make it happen from behind the scene. So that's what she does. And that's what she's doing. Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Oh, so
Yes. I
this is
just
the
want to
clock.
say thank you.
Ooh,
Yes. I
I'm
just
scared.
Okay, don't be. Tom boy, you ready? This is real quick, real quick. It's gonna
Ready.
go by. Yes. You ready?
Uh-huh.
Okay, let's go. Okay. Remember goes by real quick. Okay, here we go. Favorite ice cream.
Chocolate.
Favorite dish.
Lasagna.
Favorite movie.
Goodfellas.
Favorite comedian.
Whoa, man, Eddie Murphy.
Favorite love song.
Wow. If this world were mine, I would
Sunrise
play
or
such. What?
sunrise or sunset.
Sunset.
Chicken or ribs.
Ribs.
Superfly or shaft.
Shaft.
Grits with sugar or grits with salt.
Grits with salt, with cheese.
Yes or no? Freestyle my theme song using the words Old School Tuesday Turnup.
Freestyling. Let's see.
Hold on.
Man, you got me.
Hold on. We gonna drop. We gotta have you
Hold
to
on.
hear the song. You gotta hear the theme song. Here it go. Do you hear it?
Let's see. Pricilla, Pricilla. Wanna take you to dinner, Pricilla. Priscilla, Priscilla. Oh, wanna take you to dinner. That's all I got. That works? No?
You gotta use Old
Priscilla,
School Tuesday Turnup.
Priscilla. I don't know. Oh, take you to dinner.
Hey, you know that's better. I
I
like
don't
that.
know.
Hey,
Do you like that? Yeah, let's
yeah,
do
I
that.
like that. I like the way you say "take me to dinner." You might get to one day. Let me
Breakfast is
hush. Let me stop.
better. I'll take you to dinner. I don't know. There you go. Priscilla,
All
Priscilla.
right. All
That's all
right.
I got.
Thank you. Okay. Don't go anywhere. But you guys, I want to
All
thank
right.
all of you all,
Hold on.
everyone for tuning in. Hold on. What's going
I
on, Tall
had
Boy?
some questions.
Oh, Tall Boy got to come in. Wait a minute. Tall Boy got to come in, man.
Okay.
Come on in there, Tall
Come
Boy.
on in, bro.
Fine.
Talk to me. What's good?
What's happening?
He wanted to
Well,
be on that fairy tale lover.
nah, I'm not trying to be on no fairy tale lover. I'm already taken. No, we're not gonna get me shot. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. All right, so I got a question. You said the Kango is already in the Smithsonian. Can you talk a little bit about the problems that you had with that Kango when you first started out?
Yes. It didn't start off with love. It started off with a cease and desist letter. The Kangol Headwear Company hit my record company with a letter saying, refrain from using the name Kangol. We own it, you don't. And if you continue, we will see you in court. Is basically how the letter went. We realized, or they realized, that every city we performed in, their sales went up. So they fell back on the lawsuit and they worked out a deal allowing me to use the name on a year to year basis. Like every year, they would reevaluate to see if I should continue using the name, provided that I didn't do anything, that hurt the brand, didn't get arrested, didn't do drugs, didn't do anything that would hurt the brand. And that was 30 something years ago. They couldn't take the name back now if they wanted. Hip hop is synonymous, or Kangol Kid is synonymous with hip hop. And that's how the deal took place. It wasn't a monetary deal at all. It was, it was a product endorsement deal. No money. It was the first time it was ever done. And that's how that deal started.
Wow, wow. My last question, because I think we got to get up out of here real quick. Um, Priscilla's got some charging issues. We're going to have to work on that for the next show. But you're a songwriter. And can you talk about some of the songs that you wrote? I mean, am I correct? You wrote "Forever My Lady" by Jodeci.
No, that's I'll be sure.
That was
Woo.
"I'll Be
I
Sure."
wish I wrote that. Yeah, that
You
was I'll be
should have
sure.
been. But can you talk
Yeah, I
about some
wish
of
I
the
wrote
other
that.
songs that you see now? You're making me look
I
bad.
wrote I wrote for Whistle. I wrote Right Next to Me for Whistle. A song called Barbara's Bedroom. What else? Cole wrote We're Only Bugging. What else? For other people, I wrote for 3LW. I wrote for Lisa and Cole Jam. Um, Black, which was a group that Lisa Left Eye Lopez had under her umbrella. So I wrote a song for their album. Um, a gospel rapper by the name of BBJ, Big Brother J. I wrote on his first album. Gerardo, kid that wrote the song Rico Suave. I did 2 songs on his album. Um, I've been busy. I've been writing, R&B and rap songs and pop songs, for many years now, behind the scenes.
So the question that I have to go with the songs that you have written, do you like the writing of the songs, or do you actually appreciate the performances of your career?
Um, I like the writing. I absolutely like writing. When I watch my songs being performed by another artist, it's almost like uh, uh, giving birth to a child and watching that child grow. And you watch that child go from being a toddler to, to being a young child to teenager and so on. And the growth is when you watch that song go from the studio to, to the recording, to the record, and it's playing on the radio, and it goes from the radio to video, and then you go to watching that artist perform it on stage, and then you go to watching how it affects the audience. I've had people say, when I hear that song that you wrote, I think of my brother who passed away. And here it is, I wrote a song that kept that person's, memory instilled in someone just by a song I wrote. So it's just so much responsibility that takes place with that, with so much growth, that I just love sitting back and watching the song grow and becoming that thing that it becomes to everyone else. And say, oh my God, every time I hear that song, I think of when I was in high school, or my high school crush, or my ex, or whatever. Like, all of these things that it brings back to you from this song that I wrote. I love hearing how a song does that to someone. So I'm going to say, yeah, writing. I enjoy that more than performing.
That's what's up. All right, Priscilla, go ahead. I know we got to get up
All
out of
right.
here.
I'm sorry, y'all, but my memory is at 20, under 20%. That's how, well, Kango heated it up and so all that. So, but Kango, I want to thank you for being here. Thank you so much. Thank you for coming on,
Thank
allow me
you.
to interview you. And, hopefully I can see you in concert when you get ready to get back on the road. Please come
Yes,
here
the
to
minute this
Kansas.
pandemic thing is over, I will be back on the
Yes,
road. I
yes.
promise you that. Promise you.
Yes, 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 yes. And shout out to Egypt Young. Thank you for allow me to, and give me the chance to connect me with Kango and allow me to interview him. And shout out to you, sweetheart. And I'll talk to you after the show is over and everything.
Yeah, let me
But
throw one shout
but
out
how?
to my brother. One shout out to my brother Chub Rock. I know he was on earlier,
Yes,
and I didn't catch the interview, but I've had people tell me, he spoke me up and so on, and he always does. I love him, and just want to, send a shout out to my baby bro, man. I love you, bro.
yes, yes. And I just want to thank Chub Rock and you, both of you guys, hip hop legends, for allowing me to interview you guys back to back tonight. And thank you so much. It's an honor to me and everything. Also, I want to give a shout out to Tallboy. Thank you for producing. To the Howard girls, thank you for tuning in tonight. Everybody else, but also shout out to
Thank you,
Miss
Howard
Sybil.
girls. Thank you.
Yes, they was in here tuning in. And Sybil, thank you for watching. Can't go, Sybil. Don't make me over. Yeah, I don't need to
Oh,
sing.
word, she in here. What's up, mama?
She was,
How are you?
yeah, she was just, yes. They told me she was watching. So shout out to Sybil. Thank you for watching and everything. And thank you all for tuning in tonight for my back to back interviews with Chubb Rock and Kangol Kid. Top Boy, should we tell them who's in next week so we can go ahead and get
No,
it out the way, or should we not?
no, you
Don't,
have to
we're
wait.
not
They
going to
have to
tell you.
wait.
He said now,
Yep, you gotta
now.
wait.
No, they
No,
got to wait.
sorry, you gotta wait. So we're gonna wait. I'm supposed to be back next Tuesday. If I'm not back next Tuesday, you guys, I'll be back the first Tuesday in March, and I'm not going to tell you who that person is either. So, therefore, you guys have a good night. Thank you all for tuning in to Miss Watley Presents Old School Tuesday Turnup. Thank you for tuning in tonight with both of the hip hop legends. And I hope you guys learned everything from Chubb Rock to Kango Kid. And I know I did. So, I love both of them now. And I cannot wait to see both these guys in concert when all this is over. You guys enjoy the rest of your week. Good night. Stay safe and bundle up out there. And to my hometown, Kansas City, peace. Bye bye.